playing that.
Is it players for Fulham that you want to carry and win the World Cup? Chukwueze. That's the point I'm making. Is it play? No, now. Is it you keep saying it's not the players? Is it Chukwueze that will win the World Cup for you?
I'm coming. I'm going to counter him. Don't worry, I'm going to counter him. I'm going to counter him.
Are you okay? Tell me now. You want to tell me that from Spain now? Atletico is a very big. It's a very big.
Mr. Producer, calm down.
Atletico Madrid is not a big club.
Okay, Fulham is not a big
No,
club now.
this is what I'm saying.
Okay. No, Atletico Madrid
Don't worry,
is
I'm
bigger
going to
than
counter
Fulham.
Our players should be at the biggest clubs.
We talk and say we need to bring our local league players into the national team now.
It's something we said. If we have a structure,
you call it the best.
see the thing is that
our local league
it's not
Yeah,
organized.
but you can pick the best players from there.
Watch.
For example, now, if player does score 20 goals for Nigerian league,
Yeah.
he's supposed to make national team. Than player where they are abroad, where not the player at all.
You know.
Do you understand?
You know what I think. Yeah, I think that the reason it is very hard to integrate the Nigerian home-based player is that it's not structured. We don't have an academy system. You cannot verify their age or their injury history.
Yeah.
You know, and these things are very, very important. If we have this structure, I'm telling you, we don't need to be playing people who have not seen shit in their football clubs.
Yes.
We don't need to be playing those people.
One thing you should also understand is that most of these players are connection. NFF.
You know, although I can, you know, there's no evidence to that. We should not be saying. No, it's just a conspiracy theory. But what I think is that, for example, Nigeria needs three, we can inculcate 3 goalkeepers to our team at all times. At least one should always come from the Nigeria. At least we have 20 goalkeepers in the league. You cannot tell me that one of them is not qualitative enough to be on the bench. Do you understand? There are some, like, in fact, we should just do it like it should just be an unofficial rule that whenever the Super Eagles are mustering a team, at least 5 must be from the league. At least. Yes, it should just be like a quota system, so that even the players in the league will see that there is a pathway from the league to the national team.
Kevin Bassey, God bless you.
They're not going to score us. All we need to do is to, you know, the attack should drop back and, you know, pick up the ball. Pick up the ball and, you know, play possession-based football.
See, who is the top scorer in the Nigerian league so far this season? There's no reason why the person should not be in this team. Arokodare has not scored for his club this season. He's playing for Super Eagles.
You can imagine.
You understand?
You can imagine.
The top scorer, not be them go play Janigo. Where they play rubbish.
Yes.
How can this guy
how with the Super Eagles? It's experience.
Yes.
No, he said yes. Now you allow them train.
Yes.
He said wait for them. Now imagine a player from Kano Pillars or Benn Insurance now
Training with Victor Osimhen.
Training with Victor Osimhen.
Exposure. There are so many players that have not made the England national team. Tam Abraham, Fikayo Tomori.
Some of them just play.
They play
some of them just play like 5 or 6 times, and then look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He turned 28 before he now remembered that he has a parent, a country in Nigeria, from Nigeria. See, we are playing defense versus attack.
Look at 4 players. Look at.
No, the midfield is non-existent.
There's no change. There's no change.
Yes. Now there's no change that links up the defense to attack.
Then number 11, Chukwueze now.
But you know, we're playing 2 strikers. So.
I know. Adams and
footballers do not run on a straight line. One of them should always drop.
It's a 4-4-2
to the midfield. Even if it's a 4-4-2, Man United play 4-4-2 almost exclusively during Sir Alex Ferguson 25 years tenure. Yes. One of the midfielders, one of the attackers must join the midfield to.
That's Akko Adams joining. Yes.
So you understand the point.
Yes.
You join. You now have a 3-man midfield. We have players like Wayne Rooney now. We have players like Wayne Rooney that could drop down.
See, we'll be wrong. No.
Look at 3 players.
Where's our rest defense? Okay, yeah, this is a good one.
You don't play football.
At least the possession should be ours.
Benin Republic players now, how they position themselves. That's crazy.
You see how they are breaking the lines. See how they are breaking the lines.
Their midfield is better, of course.
Yes, our midfield is not working.
There's no chain.
And we have 2 experienced Premier League players there. Iwobi and Ndidi.
The quality of the
these guys when they are playing for their various clubs.
If we are serious, if we are serious, there's no reason why. See, if we are serious, there's no reason we should have it's just like the Brazilian national team and the Argentina national team in South America, for example. They have a very high standard because they know their continent, football-wise, is not as developed as Europe. So they do everything possible to dominate their qualifiers, and they dominate their stage. That's what the Super Eagles of Nigeria should do. We cannot be in the same group with Zimbabwe or Lesotho or Malawi. And you are struggling to you are permutating. You are bringing out your calculator to say if the president of South Africa does give away, an earthquake happens in an uninhabited island somewhere.
The South American qualifiers is like a league system.
Yes,
though.
yes, 10 of
it's
them.
not grouped
Yes,
like
yes,
we
10
have
of them.
here.
That is what actually that's what they did. I think in the previous World Cup.
But if we use a league system
first
for
position
Africa,
will play
it will be too much.
10th position.
Offside.
Chukwueze Osimhen was offside. Now play with Aqua Adams here now.
Shouldn't Osimhen have left that ball?
Yes,
Shouldn't he have left that ball? Is he inexperienced?
Look at Bodo.
Is this how he played against Liverpool? Is this how he played against Liverpool?
Let's go. So if we don't make it to the World Cup, the Nations Cup is a must win for us.
No,
You know, this
we are
thing-
already
look,
World Cup.
Look,
That's
even if
Nations Cup.
I don't
we
think
have to
I don't
win
think
the Nations Cup.
I don't think
That's my
We
point.
must win the Nations Cup to
listen,
augment for this one.
Yes,
we are not
because-
argumenting for anything. If we miss the World Cup, it's already a shame. The board members, the coaches, they should all resign.
It happens in Europe.
Okay,
They should all resign.
quick question. Should we retain this coach? But he has not been beaten so far.
Has he been winning?
He has been joined.
He's trying to build. Should we allow him build this?
What
team?
are his records?
I
Look at
think-
how
I think 2 or 3, 2 wins.
No, let's forget Mali. Let's come back to Nigeria. What are his record in Nigeria?
No, when he was with Mali, I
How
think
many
it did very well.
Yes, he did very well.
Eight games.
So how-
8 games. with
okay, how many has he
Nigeria.
He
won?
won 2.
I think he has won 2.
He has
Draw
done
6.
Oh God.
that is-
Like I don't
Should we
understand.
retain
I don't
him? This
understand.
question.
That's a failure. If you pass 2 out of 8 in JAMB, you have failed.
Which one is 8?
If he has played 8 games,
Play 8 matches.
and he,
is for the World Cup qualifier. This guy made World Cup qualifier when they don't already.
Yes, Finidi had already destroyed it. So
He did not start the World Cup qualifier.
so
2-0, boys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Kamibasi, Osimhen.
So the games that he played, how many? What is his win percentage?
We'll see it today.
We'll check. Osimhen, oh. Let's go.
Our
Go.
defender is down.
When
Come on.
should I use
Ginger.
it? When Nigeria was Nigeria, we don't. When you are playing teams like Benin Republic like this, we are celebrating already.
You know, yes. Now even in South Africa, we were beating them black and blue, bala blue. We're beating them anyhow.
But I think one counter argument will be that these teams have improved. Nigeria did not improve.
We regressed.
Yeah, we regressed. Why they
regressed,
improved?
and then the pride was no longer there. Like
But should we feel too bad? Cape Verde has qualified for the World Cup. Cameroon is
that's what I'm
same
telling
group
you
with
now.
Cameroon, yes.
That's what I'm telling you.
Cape Verde has put a surprise. So it means that the smaller teams in Africa are becoming better, while the
That
so-called
does.
giants we are all regressing.
They are all regressing, and that's why people should lose their jobs. Because okay, please go on.
No, okay. If you check African football,
Yes.
you find out the most successful team now from that 2000 till now is Senegal.
Senegal, yes.
Before now,
In terms of competition and qualifiers
Yes,
performances,
yes.
yes.
Senegal,
Yes.
they've not really been
And their
far
current
before.
team now is scary. There's Sadio Mane.
Yes. We have seen a
There is
consistent
Nicolas
growth.
Jackson,
Sondole
Koulibaly,
was saying that you can see the
Edward
growth,
Mendy.
yes, of Senegalese football. Morocco had a fantastic World Cup. Let's see if they can do that in the Nations Cup, and then
See,
we'll
this is
but-
it. This is what I've always said. This is what I said. We should have a very strong league structure. And we should have a system that pushes our players to play at the best clubs in the world.
Okay.
Because now, imagine a player who is being coached by Guardiola. If he's in this team, you would know. Imagine yes. Even the coaching, the amount of information that they receive. Imagine a coach that is playing for Enrique, that that is playing for Hansi Flick, that is playing for Xabi Alonso,
Yeah.
you will just know that this one has a higher level of coaching, because you cannot tell me that coaches do not have grades. You understand the point?
Of course.
But you are bringing players from even Division 2 in England, and we have a first division in Nigeria. We are bringing players from obscure leagues just because they are in Europe. We are bringing players who have been on the bench for weeks. We are bringing players who are look at the Brazilian national team, for example. Now imagine you are not starting for your club. You want to play for Brazil. That's the standard we should have. Why are we always competing with average or weak teams?
Imagine Ademola Lookman.
Has he played
You understand the point? Yes.
Atalanta this season?
No, he's doing personal training.
You understand? And it's
You understand the point?
Yes.
Now, so my anger is this. They said all fingers are not equal, right? So why do we want to be the shortest finger? No. I agree. All fingers are not equal. So why do we want to be the shortest finger? Why are we always, saying, this is Cape Verde, this is what they did, this is Malawi, this is Botswana? Why are we not saying this is what France did? From the start of this qualifier stage, you should have said, okay, we are winning nothing less than 8 games. And then you play with that mentality that I must win this game, I must win this game, I must win this game. That's how you rack up the points.
okay. And another thing we're discussing. Quick one. Okay. Nwabali, focus, concentrate.
Focus now.
He has a right to challenge you now. Concentrate. And another thing I wanted to ask him. We have many young players in Europe, right? Whether for Man United, no card.
If that had not been a whistle, I think that should be a goal that stands. That should be a goal. And even the player is complaining that he had not heard a whistle from the referee. I don't think that is a foul. Now, if Nwabali is claiming to have been fouled, now it can that means
See your player.
Adams! Penalty, ref! Penalty!
Come on,
no penalty.
Come on.
Now, this is what I wanted to say before that chance came. If Nwabali claims that's a foul, has he seen Arsenal when they are playing the set pieces? That means he will fight every week.
Yes, was there exactly?
You understand? That means he will fight every. If he plays against Arsenal, he's going to fight.
They have the right to challenge you.
Yes,
it's a contact sport.
It's a contact sport. The fact that you're a goalkeeper does not mean you should now be unopposed in your box.
Yes.
Is it true that Nigerian strikers, whenever they are the goal, they don't calculate before they shoot? I thought
It will be.
What are you doing?
Ako Adam should know that immediately you act as if you want to shoot. That defender must slide down.
No. This is it. Now this is it. It's not as if they don't think before the strike. They are already exhausted before they get to that level. And that's why if you look at the top teams in the world, when they build up, you see their most potent goal threat is standing somewhere waiting like a snake. Is conserving his energy because you cannot be tired. That's why when they start blaming Ronaldo, Messi for not pressing and all those things, I just look at it as a lack of understanding of football to an extent. So now when we have a midfield that is non-existent, so it means that we are relying on long balls. That means our attackers have to keep jumping to win these balls. Then they are running to tack. They are running. You understand? Yeah. They are already exhausted before they get to that point where they can finish. You understand the point? But if we have a system where we're able, okay, now see for example, now they are running. Now, how can this person finish when he now gets the chance? We should dominate. Look at Norway, for example. Look at Norway, for example. Haaland is scoring and scoring and scoring. You understand the point? And then look at Norway. Watch them when they play. You see that Haaland is almost non-existent during the build-up phase. So they can have the energy and presence of mind to finish. And if you play football, you understand what I'm saying. When you are tired, you even see empty net, you'll not be able to score. Yes. CAF eliminated the results against the bottom place team in the group.
Because Eritrea pulled out. So every other team now has more teams in their group than that group. So every point you get against the bottom place
team does not count. So even that 22 points that you counted for. Yes. So the games that they played, if they had 6 points against the bottom team,
that's -6.
That's -6 for them
from their 22.
Yes, that's -6 for them. So they, I think we have a chance. If we win this game, on the best losers table, we would have 15 points or something like that. We would have 15 points, And that would be the same points that Niger Republic, who are currently on 4th position, would have. So we need to boost it by scoring.
Yeah.
So we don't want a system where they will now bring head-to-head record to, they will now factor in head-to-head records or other issues that we may not know of, and then we claim to have been robbed. So we need to score. We need to score more goals. And you know, there's a mentality that Osimhen and that the Super Eagles also have. Ideally, if I was to coach the Super Eagles, I would have a certain, in fact, all coaches, they do this, from Sir Alex Ferguson to Guardiola to Mourinho and all that. They will tell you, feed my main striker, let him score. You understand? So if we have a system that, okay, even if it's not Osimhen that is starting, whoever is starting at the center forward position, the players have been instructed to feed and create chances for them. Look at Harry Kane, look at the other strikers. They start pad with qualifiers because they know that scoring at the big stage will be very hard. This is how they start pad and get 70 national team goals.
Alan already has 51 goals from 49 games.
You understand the point. Now look at his numbers from the qualifiers.
Without going to any major tournament.
His last 2 games for Norway, he has scored 8 goals.
Yes.
And made 2 assists. That's 10 goal contribution in 2 games. In 2 games. No. No. How are we going to Mali to pick a coach? How? It's not as if the coach has a superlative record in Africa.
I'll tell you why. Just continue.
Which coach are you even looking at? You go to Europe and look for coach.
No.
Are you saying we cannot afford it?
What kind of coach?
Wait, hold on. The Super Falcons.
Wait, that's Morocco,
Okay.
Which coach where they get? Which hype man coach where they
No, hold on. With all due respect, are you saying we cannot afford it? We can.
We don't need those big coaches.
So what do we now need?
Morocco,
Oh! Chukwueze.
That guy had to have pushed that to the thing that before making that squaring the ball. Okay, now getting a coach from Europe, that's not what is going.
There's nothing wrong with us using our local coaches.
You understand the point?
Scaloni is Argentine. That's his first job. He won the World Cup.
You get the point.
Because they have a system of educating.
God bless you. God bless you. That's what I'm talking about.
Nigeria.
How can we be producing just 100 coaches per year? Just 100. 230 million people are producing just 100 coaches per year.
Now what we are saying,
and we cannot even dominate.
And then it's
in the league format, we cannot even dominate the league in Africa.
Listen.
What's the last time we did well in the CAF Champions League?
Listen, let's say
2000.
Do you understand?
Let's say.
Cool. So it means that the local coaches that we have even produced are not even good enough.
Listen. Let's say you want to get a CAF license now. You have to start from grade D. You understand? Now it will take you up to 10 years to get grade A certification.
Yeah.
Because the first thing they will tell you is that to get your grade.
Osimhen! Go!
Go!
Osimhen! Victor Osimhen!
What are you celebrating?
Go!
What are we celebrating for?
Rwanda, come on!
Offside.
Which offside?
It's not offside. We shouldn't be celebrating.
Go.
South Africans are leading 2 goals.
The players don't know
At
yet.
least let's just celebrate.
Let's just celebrate.
Let's win first. Let's win first.
Yes.
Now listen. They will tell you that if you get a grade D license, it's a 10-day course. You now have to go and show evidence that you have coached for another 1 year, like an amateur team. You understand? Yeah. Before you can now come back for grade C. Then when you get your grade C, you have to wait for another 1 year before you get grade B. Then from grade B, you have to now wait for another 2 years before you apply to get a grade. So all of these things, it takes needless years. You understand the point? So we don't have we don't even have like a deep system to pick from. You get the point? We don't even have like, okay, imagine that I decide to go to a coaching school today. Do you know how many years it will take me to get a grade A license? Do you know how many years?
And another thing I discovered in Europe, for example, you see that former players, the moment they are trying to retire from
even years before,
they start doing their UEFA license.
Yes, it's not as rigorous as you have in.
Even when you get a license, is there a place to undergo practical training?
Okay, now Benn Insurance, for example,
the Arsenal manager currently trained under Guardiola.
You understand the point? Okay, now what are you?
Worked with somebody else before too. That's how you get the practical experience. So if I go for the training today, which football club in Nigeria would I be able to work?
You understand the point.
To get practical experience. Which coach am I going to learn under that would mentor me?
Now, apart from that, okay, let's say you want to we're in Benin, you get your grade D, your grade C, and then you want to work for Benn Insurance. You understand? At the academy level, do they have a structure there? Can they even pay you? Academy? Now, can they even pay you a wage you can live on?
Thank you.
That's another thing, no? Because football is a full-time science. It's no longer art. Football is a science. That's why they call it sports science. Football is a science, and the earlier we start seeing it as a science, the better for us. So now, let's say you want to coach the academy of or the under-16 or the under-18 team of Lobby Stars. Are they going to pay you a livable wage?
Okay, so if we don't make the World Cup, we have to rebuild this team, right? In rebuilding this team, can we go to those clubs in Europe where you have young, upcoming Nigerian players and just try to bring them into the national team?
No.
So we should build from home here.
Build from home.
Okay.
That's the best thing to do. Build from home.
Because I don't even see those players coming to play for Nigeria. Whether it's the Ethan Nwaneri or is it Chido Martin Obi or those players.
Would you want to play in this team?
In one way.
No, let's be honest. Would you want to? When you have other national teams, look at Olise, for example. Michael Olise. He had France, he had England calling him.
And Nigeria.
He chose France.
Yeah.
Look at even Mbappe, for example.
Yeah.
Would you want to, like, you were born and raised there? Would you want to?
So imagine we had a.
It's not attractive enough. Yes, imagine a Saka,
Olise, Karim Adeyemi, and Co in this team.
Eberechi Eze
in this team.
Imagine we had Emmanuel Akanji in defense.
In defense.
You get the point.
Tosin,
it's not attractive enough for them to come here.
Chelsea in defense would have just.
It's not attractive enough because
all those players, we didn't have all those players. Where are they now? All those players you're mentioning now. Where is Sweden now?
They are on the verge of not qualifying.
They are not even verge of not. They are not qualifying to anything. They are the bottom of the group.
They just even.
It's not about the names, sir.
Considering our continent, we would have qualified.
Listen.
With those class of players.
Charles.
Is it not a good striker?
Charles, listen. Charles, listen. Charles, listen. Listen.
They have good strikers.
I think the issue you have is that you tend to see these football issues as a white or black issue, and it's not that way. Now it's an indictment to us as a nation that our best talents are not being attracted to
play for us.
It's an indictment. You understand? That's what we are saying. It's an indictment to us that our best names. Look at Brazilian national team, for example. It was a taboo for Diego Costa not to play for them. It was a taboo for Pepe not to play for them, because the dream of the average Brazilian is to represent this for the Selecao.
Yes.
They want to go back home. It doesn't matter if they were born in Japan.
Yes.
Once they become professional footballers, they want to defend the jersey.
Messi could have played for Spain.
You understand? Easily. He went back to Argentina easily.
See that one? That one is not about the team. It's the country as a whole.
So that's what we are saying now. That's not what we are saying.
Okay.
That's not what we are saying.
You don't understand that. That's what you're saying.
Okay.
You're making it look
so
like
the country.
It's not about the players, Oga.
The players matter a lot. Can they select you to play for Super Eagles?
The frustration.
You see, that's another issue that I have with you. You are not comparing Nigeria with Portugal. You are not comparing Nigeria with Spain. You are not. You understand? It is Sweden. It is. You should have said Bolivia. Where is Bolivia? No, where is Bolivia? Where is Afghanistan? No, where is Afghanistan? That's what you should say now.
Where is Slovenia?
Yeah, where is Slovenia? Yeah, they have Sesko. At least they have Sesko. Where is Burundi? Where is Somalia? You understand? And this is the problem that we have. And I said it before you started talking.
Why will you compare Nigeria?
All fingers are not equal.
Why will you compare?
Why?
Is Spain bigger than Nigeria?
That's the standard that I want to have.
Put the two teams in one side. They'll let them play.
Is Spain richer
You
than
understand the
Nigeria as a
point?
country?
You get the point. Like, okay, all fingers are not equal. Why are you always striving to be this one? Why not strive to be this one?
No, are you saying that Spain as a country is supposed to be better than Nigeria?
See, if we have a very good league system that is competitive, the quality of players we would bring from the league would be very, very, they will be very, very qualitative. And from there, we can export them to the best clubs where they get football training.
Okay, see this thing there. It's not even about league. I will argue that one too.
It's about leagues.
Yeah?
It's about leagues.
England will go for a World Cup. If it's about league.
Okay,
England as a national team, they will
England, they go far now. Check their last 3 tournaments.
Where did they go?
World Cup, Euros. Check their last 3 tournaments now.
Quarterfinal.
Euro 2020, they came second.
That's the best achievement.
Wait now, Euro 2020, they came 20.
For a top league like the England Premier League.
Go. Okay.
I don't understand.
No,
What's this man saying? What's this man saying?
You're talking about league. Let's put the league. Let's talk about
Now look at the last. Okay, now look at the last 2 Euros and the last World Cup.
I agree with you. We need to develop our league. I agree with you. But don't make it look like the
Okay,
best,
let's ask this question now.
Okay. What are the top 10 teams in the world presently? Then look at their leagues.
Okay, England is not even part of the top 10.
How will you say England is not part of the top 10? This man is not current in football.
England is there.
The English national team. No, even the English national team.
No, I'm not talking about league. I'm talking about national team.
Yes. How will you say England is not top 10?
England is there, yes.
Top 10.
Yes, England, yes. England.
England top 10.
The top 10 teams in the world, they have functional leagues. Look at this one.
Let's not use England because England, they are perennial underachievers. They underachieve with the quality that they have. But the argument is this: Brazil, one of their biggest exports is football.
It's football.
Nigeria, with 200 and something million people, with this number of youths that love football, football should be a major export.
Now, just to add, yes. You might think that the Brazilian league or the Argentinian league.
That's where we need to.
Excuse me, sir.
We need to work on export.
Excuse me, sir. Now you might think that the Brazilian league is not strong or the Brazilian league is not good, but
Brazilian league is better.
You understand? No, I'm not even. Nigerian league is too small. Now when you look at the South American continent as a whole, look at the leagues there.
Yes.
The Brazilian league is number 1.
Of course.
The Argentinian league is number 2.
Of course.
You get the point. So the top nations in the world, look at the quality of their leagues.
Yes.
Nigeria does not look. You pick the Gambian league, you pick the Kenyan league, you pick the South African league,
Egyptian
league.
Yes.
Before you not even think about the Nigerian league. Look at from 2002.
Who goes from
Look at when France won the World Cup, for example. Look at the quality of players in that team, and look at the clubs they were playing for. Top clubs.
Yes.
They were not players brought from obscurity.
No.
Look at the Brazilian team that went to 2002 World Cup. Yeah. You had Ronaldo, Da Lima. Even Kaká was on the bench.
Yes.
Kaká was on the bench. You had Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
You had Rivaldo. The 3 arrows were in attack.
Yes.
You had Cafu, probably the greatest right back of all time. You had Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
Dida was on the bench. You understand the point? Yeah. Then look at the Italian team that won the World Cup in 2006. Look at where their players were playing for. Cannavaro, their captain, was a Real Madrid defender. Yeah. They had Materazzi. I think it was just after Grosso. It was Andre Pirlo, Zambrotta, Luca Toni, Mauro Camoranesi, Del Piero, Francesco Totti. You understand the point? I think it was just after Maldini retired. You understand? And then look at the Spanish team that won the 2010 World Cup. Look at Xavi, Iniesta, Fabregas, Alonso, Bussi, that's Busquets, David Villa, Fernando Torres, Iker Casillas, Victor Valdez, Pepe Reina, Sergio Ramos, Carlos Puyol. You understand the quality of the players they had. Yes. Now look at the German team that won the 2014 World Cup. Andre Scholler was playing for Chelsea, or he moved to Chelsea after. Yeah. You had Mario Götze, you had Thomas Müller, the Ram Duta. You understand? You had the Toni Kroos. You had the Manuel Neuer. You understand? Now look at the French team that won the 2018 World Cup. You understand? Look at Mbappe. You had Giroud, Olivier Giroud. You had Griezmann. You had Hugo Lloris in goal. You had Paul Pogba at the peak of his power. You had Matuidi and Kante. Together, that midfield was so tight.
Calm down.
You understand the point? And then look at the Argentinian team that won the World Cup. Enzo Fernandez was already playing at Atletico Madrid. It was after the World Cup he moved to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Of course, they had Messi. They had Di Maria. They had Alvarez, probably one of the best strikers in the world in the past 5 years. They had Alvarez. They had Dibu Martinez, one of the best goalkeepers. Lisandro Martinez was in the bench, was on the bench.
Yeah,
you understand? So now, is it
yeah.
players for Fulham that you want to carry and win the World Cup to Kwesi? That's the point I'm making. Is it play? No, now. Is it you keep saying it's not the players? Is it Chukwueze that will win the World Cup for you?
I'm coming. I'm going to counter him. Don't worry, I'm going to counter him. I'm going to counter him.
Are you okay? Tell me now. You want to tell me that from Spain now? Atletico is a very big. It's a very big.
Mr. Producer, calm down.
Atletico Madrid is not a big club.
Okay, Fulham is not a big
No,
club now.
this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, Atletico Madrid
Don't worry,
is
I'm
bigger
going
than
to
Fulham.
Our players should be at the biggest clubs.
Currently, come on, currently.
But Atletico Madrid plays in the Champions League consistently. Fulham does not.
No.
So a player in Atletico
You
Madrid
understand?
has better exposure.
Better exposure, better
Player in
coaching.
Fulham, yes.
You understand? That's what I'm
I
saying.
agree with you, sir. If Nigeria had qualified to this from
And I agree with you.
You will not be saying all these things. That Fulham team will not come in. Yeah, come on now.
All right. If you check, just look at that and they say, "Na fence wait for na make good."
Clever.
Now, USA 94, Nigerian team that make that World Cup squad, you find out most of the regulars, they were all plying their trade in Nigeria here, or in Africa. Somebody like Rashidi Yakini was playing in Ivory Coast, a club in Ivory Coast. Somebody like, I think, George Finidi, before moving to Ajax, they were plying their trade at Port Harcourt, Sharks FC of Port Harcourt or thereabouts. So it doesn't really matter where you are playing for. See, football,
now.
If you devote your time and you know what you are doing, even if you are playing
As
for Swansea City.
Has there been a time? Hold on. Has there been a time where Nigeria were ever favorites to win their World Cup group?
Yes.
No.
1994.
No.
Nigerians.
Are you saying a year we debuted?
The 50th.
No. Hold on. This is emotion. This is emotion.
You got that written after
You understand?
the
We
World Cup.
have been emotional here.
During the World
I'm
Cup.
telling you now. Has there been a time Nigeria went to the World Cup and we were
And we're
favorites to
favourites
win our
from
group?
that group? No.
To win the group? In 2002 we had England and Argentina.
Argentina, England. Which other?
Sweden.
I think Sweden, yes.
Sweden, yes.
We should have even finished last in that group, if not for the fact that we had players like JJ Okocha. You understand the point?
So we have players.
Listen.
So we have players.
Listen.
And then,
Listen.
where
You know,
coach applied
listen.
listen, Manchester United.
He was playing in PSG. He was playing in Paris Saint-Germain.
Was he a regular?
PSG was on. Yes, he was. No. JJ Okocha had a very distinguished career in Europe. Listen, no. This is not a matter of being frustrated here. The issue is this. Listen, the issue is this. Listen. The issue is this. You have people who don't want to tell themselves the truth. For example, you had this Dangote issue recently that the menace of the trucks on the highway. Why did that issue come up? Because people died. So this issue could only have come up because Nigeria did not qualify for the World Cup. And we are telling you the truth. This is how it is. Manchester United have a scouting team. There's a reason they left Chukwueze and bought Mbeumo. They are both Africans with similar patterns of play. There's a reason they left Osimhen and bought Sesko.
There's a reason why no big club.
You understand the point? There's a reason why they have not bought Bassi.
Nothing more.
No, there's a reason why, because Manchester United, for example, we need a left-footed centre back. There's a reason they did not sign Bassi.
3-0 for Nigeria, but the South Africa result is still the issue.
Cool.
Well, we needed these goals.
It should have been 4.
Should have been 4 by now.
Okay, now imagine that. Okay, let's be honest. Now imagine that we started this competition with this anger and performances, and we're beating Zimbabwe, we're beating Malawi. We're beating Lesotho and Rwanda. We're just beating them like this.
Another thing I think is a problem for me is the government ownership of football in Nigeria.
Yes.
For example, if football in Nigeria was run by private businesses, you give them this nonsense and they come and ask for sponsorship.
You
Because
get the point.
the NFF just knows that they
Look
are
at
in
the
budget.
look at what happened
Year in, year out, there's a
in the
budget
Kano
for them.
Pillars versus 3SC game.
Yeah, so
the referee was abysmal,
yes.
and you know the fans ran into the stadium, started assaulting the opposing team and the officiating team.
Yes.
That's too
If
poor.
the Football Federation is allowed to go and source for their funds, they will then know that performance is not what will determine how much funds they can generate.
I said it on our show last week.
Yes, but once government just gives them money, they just give them extra code.
Now on our show last week, I said we should be looking at the Spanish La Liga or the EPL modes of ownership.
Yeah.
Now in the EPL, they have a system where all clubs have one share. Now it's owned by all collective clubs. So when you are relegated, you lose your shares.
Yes.
When you are promoted, you get a share.
Yes.
You get the point. Now if we have that, I'm telling you, the league will also immediately improve.
Yes.
Because now all clubs will now be, the competition will now be among, it will not be between the states.
Yeah.
It will not be amongst the clubs. Then you see that coaches are getting fired even 2 months into the league season. Do you know that in Nigeria they still postpone dates for commencement of the league?
Yeah.
Do you get?
See, another thing I have noticed, if we have big multinational companies, banks and all of that sponsoring the Super Eagles, for example, like I said, it becomes result based.
Yes.
So you cannot expect me as a private businessman to invest in Super Eagles that will not go to the World Cup.
No, not even in the Super Eagles, in the league.
In the league,
it is now the league that will now provide the players that would now fit into Super Eagles. They will now have a scouting system. Now clubs will want to make money. Now imagine a Nigerian team. Let's say a Benn Insurance, for example, which is my team, by the way. Now they sold a player to Manchester United for, even if it's £5 million. Now that gives Benn Insurance at least 10 billion naira. Now imagine
that's massive funding.
That's massive from just the sale of one player.
Yes.
That would immediately, like, other teams would sit up, because Benn Insurance would now use that money now to get the best players from other, even if it's 100 million each, and then they want to get the 20 best players from the other teams.
Yes.
You understand? Let's say they want to pick one players each, the best players from the other 19 teams. They will not. They will still spend less than 2 billion.
Yeah.
And still have 8 billion to do 1 or 2 things. We won't have this issue
and
now.
For the FIFA World Cup, for example, you have 4 years to plan.
You have 4 years to. No, let's say you even have 2 years to plan. You are playing 10 games. Even if you are playing 6 games, like,
have a plan.
Have a plan. Like, okay, these are must win games.
For example, now, what's the plan for the Nations Cup? It's like 2-3 months away.
1 month. You just have November.
Yeah, November. Then December, they are coming to camp. Do we have a plan for the African Cup, or do we start planning 2 weeks too, as
no,
usual?
Even if we have a plan, like, what is the NFF discussing with because we are favorites. There should be a level of performance that Nigeria would have. The coach will just know that, I don't have a job again.
Yes.
Do you get?
Yes.
There's a performance that that's why when Charles was saying we've had 3 coaches so far, I was unfazed, because you cannot have this level of result and expect to keep your job. You understand? Football is a very emotional sport. We should have a system where if you are not performing, you go. Even if you play just 2 matches,
yeah,
can just pay you off so that you go.
Victor Osimhen grabbing an hat-trick in the final game of the qualifiers, and yet looks like we're not going to the World Cup. So the only reason why we are not going to the World Cup is because we did not take our chances. We're not serious.
We did not want to qualify. We did not want to.
We started
poorly, because if you look at this Benn team, there's nothing special about them. When we play South Africa, there's nothing special about this South African team.
Even the Nigerian team now, there's nothing special about them. It's just that they utilize their chances. We are not supposed to be, but the Republic are not supposed to be playing like this. We are supposed to be, as in, conditioning them.
I don't feel like criticizing. I don't like criticizing players, but Aroko Dari does not look like a footballer to me.
No. Now that's the difference that we have. I criticize the entire team.
Yeah.
criticize even the management.
Yes.
You get the point. That's how I see things. And then I obviously there are people who do not like it. Like they don't like my approach. But I think my approach is the best because I think that the team should share the blame. It's a team sport.
Of course, yeah.
They should share the blame. Yeah. The management should also share the blame. You are getting the management board are not even qualified enough to make that decision. So that you understand the point. Yes. I don't think they are I don't think they are qualified enough to make that decision. I don't think. See, look at them. People that are not going to the World Cup. Look at them.
Why are you like
this? They don't know yet.
Look at them.
They don't know yet. They don't know. No, we are the ones saying it now. They don't know. Look at them. So Basoge, they are all celebrating. They don't know.
I think the goal difference thing is why they are celebrating.
No, South Africans are already ahead of us.
The fair play,
the qualifier after match play.
I'm telling you, Nigeria is not among. You can check
the playoff. Yeah, we're for goals.
Nigeria, they said the best 4. And if you are talking about the best 4, we are talking about the points. Nigeria is just having 17 points. We have a team that is in second position that has 23 points.
No, the last game. No, the last game, yeah.
Another team has 19 points. I'm checking it now.
Okay.
And the rest are 15.
No, you can
go
ahead and check very well. Check very well, please.
No, I was surprised.
Wait, let me call it.
Call from Group A.
From Group A. Burkina Faso.
Yes.
15 points.
Okay. No, hold on. There's a no. Just wait. Hold on. And there's a way you can check for the table of best losers. Just go to their table. Then there's a table for just no. Because now if you are looking at the general table, you'll not be able to factor in the games that will be excluded because you understand. Yeah. There are games that would be excluded. You know, the last teams, they will not have their the results recorded. So there's a best loser table that you should check.